Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel. You Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the occupants pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Akwaf who are listening and learning, the few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah, coming at you another lesson in true facts, faith, and edification. Another daily edification, another weekly edification, another Saturday edification. Lord's willing, this be edifying. And this is a doctor by the name of Catherine Horton. And the title of this lesson, this video is 5G as a danger to life. Lord willing, this be edifying.
Person struggles so much understanding what all this is about, and that's what they're banking on. So they are banking on the fact that, for example, there's a very simple con hidden in this marketing ploy that is 5G. For example, when they brought out 3G and 4G, everybody assumes that 5G is just a better 3 and 4G. So what's all this fuss about? Is it just Luddites who are just, they are scared and they are tree huggers and they just don't really enjoy watching happy kitten videos super fast on their phone? But that's not what it is. So 5G is a fundamentally different system. And as you were just summarizing it, I thought, oh my goodness, I'm overwhelmed because, the full sheer weight of the topic just hit me. I think what I would like to do is to take all the people who are maybe even more overwhelmed than I am. I want to pick them up where they at, maybe, and then bring them up to speed and tell them everything I know. So by the end of the show, they at least know what I think and what I know, so that they can make up their own mind what they think. And there's several discoveries I had trying to research the subject, and I should say that my main focus is not even 5G or 5G campaigning. My main focus is campaigning to have all the directed energy weapon systems shut down, which includes also satellite weaponry, weaponry hidden in cars, weapons carried by gang stalkers in rucksacks, and all this sort of stuff. And out of all that, 5G is, if you like, the state system. It encapsulates everything. It can do a bit of everything, and it will be everywhere. So your 5G system is like a gang stalker with a directed energy weapon in his rucksack who shoots you in the face as you're walking behind him, on the pavement, for example. But it will not be a gang stalker. They can do away with those if they just have these 5G antennas every 50 or 100 meters. So the 5G system will do everything that the current global weapon system can do. And it can also, I strongly believe, it can also instantly kill. Okay, so in other words, if you want to cut to the chase, my view of the 5G system, and I'll show you why I think that's the case, the 5G system should be best imagined as the government or this shadowy group that has infested the government taking over every city on the planet and every village and even the smallest town and even the forest where you think there's nothing, and putting up hidden machine guns that follow you and your family, pointing right at you, and these are, set sharp so that they can shoot you dead at the speed of light if somebody so wishes. Okay, so that is the best description of the 5G system that I have. So imagine, should you be worried if you suddenly saw, your government putting up AK-47s on every rooftop, and as you're walking, as you're driving your children to school, and as you're walking, down the mall with them, you suddenly notice that these weapons start following you. They start turning their heads and they start following you. Would you feel comfortable, or would you think the government has gone utterly mad, right? And that's what you should think. The problem is that it's a cognitive problem. We humans have been through the television films and the movies and maybe war zone experience, because many millions of people sadly have them. We have been trained on ballistic weapons, and they are hopelessly outdated. So pretty much throughout the 20th century, we just didn't notice the really big weapons were all electromagnetic weapons. They are much better than nuclear weapons because you can exterminate entire cities and you don't contaminate the environment. So in other words, you can take over the city straight away. You just remove the corpses and, you carry on where the other people left off. So this is why electromagnetic weapons are the worst weapons of mass destruction we ever had. But they are also the most secretive, precisely because they're so powerful. They come in big versions so that you can shoot out the plane out of a missile out of the sky. They come in handheld versions. They can be hidden in buildings. They can be hidden at your neighbors. They can be hidden anywhere around the street. So they are a booming industry that is now going to quintuple. So it's going to increase by 500% over the next 6 years roughly. And it is such a booming industry because it is so powerful and it can be used for so many nefarious means at zero cost. If you fire, an AK-47, what that will do is it will leave bullet holes, it will leave, forensic trails leading straight back to you. And, it's pretty hard to find a silencer for those things. So people will hear who's fired the shots. When you fire a directed energy weapon, it's perfectly silent, it's lethal, it's immediate reload. So you have a machine gun that's even faster than the normal machine guns, mechanical machine guns we have. Okay, so that is directed energy weapons. Now, the 5G system is a directed energy weapon system. So, in other words, what the governments are pulling up are weapons of mass destruction in the civilian domain.
And that's what they're doing, man. These devils, it's slick, man. They real smooth at what they do, man. They shoot in secret. Okay? And that's what they do. They work through the secrecy, man. This is Psalms 64. And let's see, Psalm 64 and verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. It say that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. And see, this is what they doing, man. They shooting in secret, man. Okay? They're shooting in secret. And verse 8 say, so they shall make their own tunnel fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And that's why these nations are separated from Babylon the Great. Okay? Now right here you got Idumean, Psalm 64 and 8. So they shall make their own tunnel fall upon themselves. And that's what she doing, man. Telling you what these devils is doing. Okay, with their 5G, man. They send these towers up to shoot at the perfect, man. Okay, in secret. This is Psalms 9 and 16. It reads, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. So they trying to set these things up to shoot at the perfect, man. But it's going to fall upon their own head. Verse 9 say, Psalms 99, the Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. So in the time of the elect trouble, man, Yahweh Shema Shah is going to be a refuge for the elect. So it ain't going to be no worries. This Psalms 10 and 2. The wicked in his pride do persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Okay, these are the devices that they have imagined. Verse 7 says, Psalm 10 and 7, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. And that's what they're doing. They set these 5G towers up, man. And you heard what she said, man. They're going to use them like to zap you, man. Okay? It say he sitteth in lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lie in wait secretly as a lion in the den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth when he drove him into his net, man. And this is what they doing, man. And you peoples out there talking about it's some good Idumeans. No, it's not one of them that's good, man. Verse 10 say he croucheth and humble himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. And that's what's going on, man. It's verse 13. Wherefore do the wicked condemn God? He has said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. So they saying, let's read verse 11, Psalm 10 and 11. He have said in his heart, God have forgotten his people. He forgotten his people because what's going on with us, man. Because the Lord let us come in, because this is our captivity, and he let these devils do what they want to do. So this is what they say. He have said in his heart, God have forgotten. He have hid his face. He will never see it. Okay, and that's what they think, man. Wherefore do the wicked condemn God? He have said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. But guess what, man? The Lord got you devils in the trick bag, man. Okay? This is Psalms 11. In verse 5, it said, the Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and in horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup, man. Okay? And when you understand the portion of their cup, is what, man? The missiles to fall upon them, man, and destroy them. Now this is Psalm 75. And verse 7. It reads, but God is the judge. He put up down one and set up another. And that's when he's going to establish the kingdom on earth through his son Yahushua. For in the hand of the Lord is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture. It says it is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. So they think they're going to escape from Yahweh by Shema Bashar, man. They ain't going to escape, man. Because they got to drink of this portion, man. The Lord had this portion for them to drink. But I will declare forever, I will sing praises to the power of Israel. All the horns of the wicked also will I cut off, but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted. So, this portion of this cup, these devils about to drink, man. They think they're going to get away, but they're not. This is Job chapter 5 and verse 12. It reads, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. So you ain't gonna be able to perform your enterprise, man. Because the Heavenly Father got you in a trick bag, man. This is all a setup for you devils, man. This is Psalms 140. And let's read verse 7. Psalms 147 reads, O power, the Lord, the strength of my salvation, thou hast covered my head in the day of that battle. And that's what's going on, man. In the day of that battle, it said battle. It said, grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked. As a matter of fact, let me pull this up real quick. Let me download this, because I actually don't got it. But let's go back to this while that's download. It's another phone I use, so I never did download the Blue Letter Bible app. So let me add that. So look up that word batel. So back in Psalm 140 and 7, O power of the Lord, the strength of my salvation, thou hast covered my head in the day of batel. Grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked devices, lest they exalt themselves. As for the head of those that compass me about, let the mischief of their own lips cover them. Let the burning coals fall upon them. Let them be cast into the fire, into deep pits, that they rise up, that they rise not again, up again. So when you go to what is that, Psalms 10. Hey, cause their devices ain't gonna work, man. They ain't gonna work. Let me see. Maybe 9. Right. Psalm 9 and 16. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the works of his own hand. And that's what's going to happen, man. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forgot God. So these devices that they're trying to create, man, to destroy Jake, they're gonna fall upon their own selves, man. This is let's get Psalms 141 in verse 9. And it reads, keep me from the snare which they have laid for me, and the grins of the workers of iniquity. Let the wicked fall into their own nets, which thou wilt escape. Which that I will escape. Hey, so while they falling, the elect gonna get salvation, man. The elect gonna get salvation. Now let's get that word Batel in Psalms 140. Cause these devils think they got a trick. They got tricks. But guess what? The Lord is the ultimate chess player, man. He don't play checkers, man. He play chess. So let's read this. So let's go to Psalms 140. Psalm 140 and right. Okay. Yeah. So it say, O power, the Lord, the strength of my salvation, thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. So it is bad. It's a Batel in the King James 1611, but in the blue letter it does say battle. We know what battle is. H5402. And it says
Strong's H5402. Nashek. Second entry. Nashek.
And it say equipment, weapons, armory. Equipment, weapons, armory. It say armory, weapons, battle, armed, harness, armory. It say an arsenal, armed men, battle, harness, weapon. So as you go back, it said, O power, the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Havashah, the strength of my salvation, that has covered my head in the day of battle. Grant not, O Yahweh, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked devices. That's why I read Job 5 and 12, man. Them devices ain't gonna work. And this is another one, Esther. When you go to Esther chapter 9, verse 25, because this what this devil Haman was trying to do, man. He was trying to destroy the Jews, man. He was trying to destroy the Israelites. This is Esther 9 and 25, just to read the point. But when Esther came before the king, he commanded by letters that the wicked device which he devised against the Jews should return upon his own head, and that he and his sons shall be hanged on the gallows. And this same thing is going to happen to these devils, man. Okay? It's going to happen to these, this same, read again, Esther 9 and 25. But when Esther came before the king, he commanded by letters that his wicked device, which he devised against the Jews, it's talking about Haman, should return upon his own head, and that he and his sons shall be hanged on the gallows. Let's get this. This is let's get Psalms 73 in verse 8. It reads, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Okay? Therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. That's what I read, man. And on Psalm 75, man. They gonna drink of the wine, okay, of the Lord, man. Let's get this. Jeremiah 49. And Jeremiah 49 and in verse 10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not, man. Okay? So the Lord say he's going to destroy him and his whole house, man. He said he's going to, like I read in Esther 9:25, right? He's going to put him and his sons on the gallows, man. This is Job 18. Just to read the point, man, to show you how the Lord deal, man. This is Job 18 and verse 19. It reads, he shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings. They that come after him shall be astonished at his day, and they that went before were frightened. So everything, matter of fact, 17 say, his remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the streets. He shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. Hey, why? Because what you trying to do? You trying to chase the Israelites out of the world, man, through wickedness. This is Job 27 and 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with God, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep, man, because you devils is going down, and everything you have did, or you tried to do to destroy so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man, it's going to fall upon your own head. This is Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against him, saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. Okay? And I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. And that's what's going to happen to Babylon the Great, man. This is Ecclesiasticus 41 and 7. And it reads, the children will complain of ungodly fathers, because they shall be reproached for his sake. So what's going to come down on these devils, man, in this whole generation is destruction, man. Because they trying to kill Jake in secrecy, man. Okay? They got GMO food, contaminated waters, right? Vaccine shots, giving the kids autism and all type of other ailments. And these devils walking around, humbling themselves and going crouching, and that's making our people being deceived by this, man. Jake is deceived by these devils. This Psalm 36 and 11. Let not the foot of the pride come against me, and let not the hand of the wicked remove me. There are the workers of iniquity falling, they are cast down and shall not be able to rise. So that end is coming, man. And they're gonna fall hard on their face, man. This is read this, Job 24 and 24 reads, they are exalted. It say they are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. Back to that original state, man. As cavemen, they are taken out of the way as all others, and cut off as the top of the ears of corn, man. Okay? Hey, they are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all others, man. Right? He set up one, he put down one and set up another, man, like I read in Psalm 75. And cut off at the top of the ears of corn, man. Okay? They're going to be brought low, man. They say the same thing in Psalms. Let's read it right here. Psalms 37 No, that's Job. What's that? Job 21:13. It reads, "They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave. Therefore they say unto God, Depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit shall we have if we pray unto him? They say, Lo, their good is not in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. How often is the candle of the wicked put out? And how often cometh their destruction upon them? It said, Power disrupt sorrows in his anger. They are as stubble before the wind, and as chaff that the storm carried away." You see, they're going to be as stubble before the wind, man. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty, man. And see, this is going to happen to these devils, man. So what they're trying to do right now is take down the righteous as much as possible, man. In verse 30 say that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Who shall declare this? Who shall declare his way to his face? And who shall repay him what he have done, man? Who's going to declare his way to his face? The prophets of the Lord, man. Okay? It say, who shall declare his way to his face? The prophets of the Lord. Right? 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And who shall repay him for what he have done? Yahweh Shema Shah going to repay him for what he done. But the prophets must tell him in their face what they have done, man. Right? Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. The righteous stand in great boldness in front of the face of them that had afflicted them and made no count of their labors, man. So the prophets of the Lord is the ones that's supposed to let them know, hey, your time is near. Your end is destruction. 2 Thessalonians 2:8 reads, "And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming." Okay? Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, which is the Idumeans, with all power and signs and lying wonders. That's why I tell you in Revelation 20, when they came out of the cave, they went out to deceive the whole earth, man. Okay? It say, with all power and signs and lying wonders. That's why Ephesians 6 tell you that we're dealing with spiritual wickedness in high places, man. Okay? Not no peons, man. We're dealing with spiritual wickedness in high places. Matter of fact, let's read that. Because these devils is working overtime, man, to destroy you, Jakes. Ephesians 6:10. "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." Okay? The trickery, man. The trickeries of these devils, man. The craftiness. "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." Okay, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of power, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, man. Okay, the bad times is coming, man. Jacob trouble. "And having done all to stand, stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. And above all, take the shield of faith, wherewith you shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked." And them fiery darts gonna be them intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. "Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the spirit, and watching therefore thereto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints." And it said what? "And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the spirit, which is the word of Yahweh Shema Shah." Okay, Hebrews 4:12, man. That's why they got to come down with great wrath, because Hebrews 4:12 is destroying these devils, man. And they got to create some type of way to take us out, man. But it ain't going to work. The Lord say, matter of fact, let's read this. Isaiah 59:19 reads, "So they shall fear the name of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun," talking about the elect. "When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him." Okay? So when these devils come in like a flood, man, the Lord's going to lift up a standard against them, man. And the elect going to be covered in that day. But these devils don't know that. They think, hey, That's what the Lord say this, man, in Matthew 24:22 it reads, and except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, man. So these devils ain't gonna be able to do nothing, man. Okay? Nothing. Let me read this. It's another precept I had. They ain't gonna be able to do nothing, man. This is Psalms. Let's see, this is Psalms 21. It reads, Psalm 21:9. Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thy anger. The Lord shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. Their fruit shall thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. For they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. That go with Job 5:12, man. Okay? Therefore shalt thou make them turn their back when thou shalt make ready thine arrows upon thy strings against the face of them. Hey, man, they ain't going to be destroyed, man. Did you hear that, man? Let's read it again. Psalm 21:10. Their fruit shall thou destroy from the earth. I went through the scripture about their seed line. I went to Jeremiah 49, Isaiah 14:21, Job 27:13-14, right? Then I went to Job 18. It's all about his seed, man. They shall be destroyed. Ecclesiastes 41:7. Hey, his children got to pay for what they've been doing, man. Which they are the forefathers here today. And they're going to pay. Let's read this again. Psalms 21. I'm going to read 9 again. Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven. Right? It says you're going to have a big bonfire with them Idumeans. In the time of thy anger, the Lord shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. Their fruit shall thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. For they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. They ain't gonna be able to do it, man. Therefore shalt thou make them turn their back when thou shalt make ready thine arrows upon thy strings against the face of them. Hold on, man. I gotta get this. Because it said the same thing in Psalm 37, man. Okay, the Lord said he's gonna call their devices to fall upon themselves. Psalm 37:14. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. All we're doing is telling you that Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed. 2/3 of Israel is going to be destroyed. The heathen, all 17 heathen nations, is going to be destroyed, man. We telling you upright conversation. These are the words of Yahweh Shema Shah. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, which are you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. 2 Peter 3:12 tell you what manner of person are you ought to be in our holy conversation, knowing that the world going to be destroyed, man, in an upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. Okay? A little that a righteous man have is better than the riches of many wicked, man. So the Lord is finna bring these devils down. Verse 20. Psalm 37:20. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. That's Isaiah 34:5-6. They shall consume into smoke. Shall they consume away, man? Okay, let's get that. They shall consume away in the smoke, man. Obadiah chapter 1:18 reads, in the house of Jacob shall be fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, meaning all the Idumeans, for the Lord hath spoken it. And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and of the field of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead. Hey, all this is coming, man. It's saying Savior shall come up on the Mount Zion to judge the Mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's, man. These devils gonna be destroyed by fire, man. A big bonfire with them. So, hey, we must wait patiently, man, till the Lord come back and do what? Lift up that standard, man. So soon they're gonna come down with great wrath, man. The Lord is gonna lift up a standard. Let me read this one. This is Psalms 33 and 10. It reads, the Lord Yahweh bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect, man. Okay? Their devices ain't gonna work, man. Because you dealing with the Most High Yahweh, man, the Son Yahweh Shai, and you trying to kill off Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man, which are the apple of the Lord's eye, man. Okay? The Lord said, he that toucheth you, touch the apple of his eye, man. So you devils gonna be destroyed. Hey, Lord willing, it's edifying. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rikah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach well, and the sincere salutations to all the octane, pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hope for the elect. And shalom to the Akbar who are listening and learning. The few sisters who are listening and learning. Hey, Lord willing, edifying. Till next time, shalom.